Hello and welcome back to Loquitur Gaming. I'm here to continue on with Etherfields. I just completed the tutorial scenario and now we're just kind of moving on from the stuff that it explained at the end of that. So I think we'll just dive in and show some of the things that we got at the end of that. You see our two characters there, the Free Spirit and the Specialist. We'll get them out of the way. Let's take a look at the I think this is the Dream World map. So this is the top one, the one that goes in the A2 slot, the slot right here. Metropolis. So the green screen is messing with it a little bit, but there's a little green swirl on the plane right there. That's the spot that's the Dream Gate, I think is what the Wisdom card calls it, because we've also got the Wisdom card here that tells us it's the Dream Gate. Team can discard the required number of keys to resolve one of their gates of the dream tiles that matches that dream world gate. So if I have a dream tile that says it's in Metropolis, that's the gate that I would go through in Metropolis. And then you can see some squares there that have blue question marks and then some red exclamation points. The red exclamation points are resolving the top of the slumber tile deck, which is this deck here. Blue question mark is resolve the top card of the fate deck. So that's the fate deck up there. There's also a train station on there. It's that right there. It says no effect until you find the Railway Wisdom card. Okay, so that's Metropolis, and Metropolis is right here. And then we've got Suburbia down below it. It's got some more of the same stuff, except now there's also down here at the bottom, there's a key icon, and that's how we get keys to open up the dream gates. It also has the awakening spot up here. So this is every time we do the awakening action, I think that's where we will start. There's a thing right here, the sanctuary. When you go into the sanctuary, each dreamer chooses one. They can either reshuffle their influence deck without penalties, unflip one progress card, unseal one chosen card. So I think when it says chosen card, then you get to look through it and find a card to unseal instead of just taking from the top of the deck, or restore one item. We've also got the Dream Gate here, and then the shopping center here, and then there's also another train station there. I actually didn't see that train station before, but there's another train station there. And the shopping is where you can resolve the shopping note card that we got last time also. I've put the Thorn Knight card into my Wisdom card holder thing here. This came with the game too. It's a neat little thing. And I'm wondering if this was, if you've been following anything about ISS Vanguard, you know, this might have been the start of their idea of the notebook, or when they were thinking about doing the notebook for that game, they were like, hey, why don't we just incorporate that into some of our other games? How the heck do you get cards into this second slot? Oh, there we go. Okay, so we're going to need this a little bit later for the awakening, but I wanted to look at some other stuff. We can look at the dream world or the slumber tiles when we're going to go into a slumber. These are the two dream cards that we got. Or Dream Gate cards, is that what they're called? I don't remember. Gate to a new dream, not alone in the dark. Nothing bad ever happens in a closed market at night, right? In this dream, you'll find new ways of cooperation along with many useful items. So where it says District Suburbia, so to get inside this dream, we have to go through the Dream Gate in the Suburbia tile down here. And we need 2 keys to get in there. And then when we do, it's good to know that we can cure 2 distress or unseal the top 2 cards. And then it's giving us some more setup instructions. And we'll have 12 turns to do it. And we would read passage 890. So that's one of the 2 options we've got. And then we've also got here, I'll never forget those sunshine days. When the world burns, you can always rest in the past. Hint, you will rest here and your shining gems will start truly shining. So that's a Metropolis one, so that's up here. Also 2 keys. And we'll be spawning, just look through the setup, we also get to cure 2 or unseal 2, a bunch of secret stuff, but we'll be spawning a dog using a creature shapeshifter mini. Also 12 turns, and it tells us the intro. We don't look at the back of either of these yet. So we basically move around the dream world map, I think this is called, until we collect some keys and figure out and find out what we want to do. And we also build up our characters. You know, we could go into slumbers, which are like little short mini dreams, build up our characters, get some progress cards out, you know, maybe get some shining gems before we go into the bigger dream. We have the option of, we don't have to pick right now, but I think what I'm going to do, there's only 1 key space on the 2 map tiles that I showed you. And I think we just have to loop around twice down here. And since we're down here in Suburbia anyway, I think we'll loop around twice to get the 2 keys that we need to go into the dream that was in Suburbia. Because also it said that we're going to get some useful items there. Is that everything new that we got? We'll look at those when we go in there. Still have our hands and our discard piles, my progress cards all set up. I think so. I still don't know what her, what is this called? Memory? I still remember, I just don't know what her memory is. If you resolve the 2nd step of the mystery path, don't know what the mystery path is. I think that's it. I think we're ready to perform the awakening. So the awakening says, let me move that so I can just see some status stuff on the recording. Each dreamer discards all influence cards from their deck, hand, and progress zone. Oh man, I set up that progress card for nothing. So we discard. Dreamers cure all distress and unseal all cards. Okay. Unseal. No more distress. Dreamers discard all keys. Oh man, I got those shining gems for nothing too. Reshuffle the influence market, the item market, fate, and slumber decks, and place the Delta Phase tile at the bottom. Okay, there is nothing in the market deck right now because we've gotten all 5 of the cards. We don't want to see which of these ends up on top. And try not to pay attention to the letter. Put it on top of the Delta, and then these 2. Okay. Did it say flaw? No. Fate. Reshuffle the fate. Yeah, it doesn't say anything about the flaw deck. So we leave the flaw deck alone. Players can change their dreamers. I don't want to change my dreamer. Each dreamer can rebuild their influence deck. Minimum of 20, maximum of 40. I think our decks are fine. Chooses one of their masks as their active mask. I think I like the masks that I have. Let me just double check her other one. Anytime you may discard, oh, that's right, to gain a awareness. Rebuilds their influence deck. I guess when we have to shuffle it, right? Shouldn't be able to stack it. How many cards did we start with? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 25. Yeah. I think I will go shopping also when, because the path on the map tile here takes you through the shopping space. So I'll pull it over and talk about the path that I'm going to take. Then we also get to restore 3 items. Discard the current Dreamscape, reveal the 2 setup slumber map tiles, which I have done, and place the team miniature in the awakening location on the Dream World map. Okay, so I think my plan is going to be, so we start at the awakening. I'll go down, you have to go on the thick paths, so the thick arrows. If you find a skinny arrow, you have to, that's a shortcut, and you have to do the penalty at the bottom to take a shortcut, where it says each dreamer flips or seals 1 card. So I think I'm just going to go around, get the key. That'll take me through the shopping, back up here, and then down through the loop again, back to get the key again, and then to the dream gate. So that actually does not take me past the sanctuary. I could go past the sanctuary if I wanted to go to the dream gate up in Metropolis, but I think we'll do the one, because the hint said you're going to get more items, so I'd like to see some more items. All right, so we also get to restore 3 items. I think I like the idea of the Book of the Birds to get some progress cards out. The Little Helpers lets me restore an item and also has 4 awareness on it. And then the Strategic Plan, it lets us move up to 6 spaces in slumbers only, but it also has 4 wrath on it, so I think I kind of like it for the wrath. Although I like the journal, being able to reshuffle without penalty. But I think I like having the 4 wrath and then 4 more awareness as an option. So those are going to be the 3 items I restore. All right. And I think we also have to start our miniatures in the slumber world. I do remember reading in the rules that you don't change the slumber area until you go inside the dream or until instructed to do so by the game. So wherever we end up is where we end up. And then here's our team marker that we will use. Bunch of hands and some vines and flowers and stuff on the awakening space. I think we're set up and ready to go. Just start moving around. I'd like to remember what this thing is called. That's the slumber stuff. Slumbers and Dreams. Dreamscape Phase? No, that's what we did in the intro. Dream World Map. That's what it's called. The Dream World Map. So here we basically we move a space and resolve what is in the spot. That's pretty much it. Are we set up? We were not instructed to draw any cards yet. That doesn't happen, I think, until we go inside of a slumber. So we just move to the first spot, and that has a blue question mark on it. So we'll take a fate card. Little shop on the corner. Each dreamer may return one of their chosen influence cards from hand or discard to the influence market to gain a number of ether equal to its cost. If any dreamer does this, remove this card from the game. Well, we have not drawn our hands yet. I'm pretty sure I remember reading in the rules that it specifically says don't draw cards until you're told to, and you might not have any cards available. And I'm pretty sure discards, so we don't remove this card from the game because we're not doing it. Does that mean we only get to do it one time? Ever? Fate. Pretty sure the discard just goes to the bottom. After resolving it, unless otherwise stated, place it on the bottom of the fate deck. Okay, then we just keep moving. So the next space that's available to us is this space here, and it has a red exclamation point. So we just draw a slumber card. And we got Wrath Behind My Back. We got 4 turns, spawn the Wraith. You know, I tested it was not acting up just a second ago when we had the other cards over here. Now that's a little better. Wraith Behind My Back. 4 turns and spawn a Wraith. And then for an action we can do in this slumber for 7 awareness, we can place a light token on our tile. Only when the Wraith is not in a dark space, we can choose to either use Cunning or Wrath to assault it. So we have to assault this Wraith to end the slumber. And he'll be adding some morphings, discarding light tokens. Each dreamer at range 0, his basic action is each dreamer at range 0 or in a dark space suffers a distress. And his major thing is each dreamer in range 1 spends a shining gem or suffers a distress and seals 2 cards. Okay, so we do not want that. So that's our guy. We need 4 turn cards. One, two, three, 4. So our first one here is special effect, basic effect, and then move. Okay, let's actually, if this thing will behave, take a look at these tiles. So this is basically just all darkness with a little wall and then the monster spawning area. And then this one is got 2 darkness spaces on the top, a wall, and then 2 spaces that are in light on the bottom. And because of the stuff on this Wraith's card, we do want to be in the light. So we can start there, and we'll get our Wraith. I really like the way the wood paneling on the back came out on this guy. It's a little harder to see on that camera. I think it came out nice. So the Wraith is going to start in the purple back there. His movement is 2. And he's got a range 1 and a range 0. but it's possible for him to get some morphing tokens. But on this first turn card, there is no morphing. These are our morphing tokens up here. So I think we're set up. Let's just double check real quick. It's an entity tile, place it on the entity slot. Yeah, I think we just go through the setup. And just start going away in the slumber until we get to the slumber. Begin with the setup section in the upper right. Those are the interactions that you can perform. If we run out of turns, was there a skip? We could just skip it and we resolve 770, but that's the same as the out of turns thing. We'll come back and check this because there are a little bit of instructions when the slumber ends. But I think it's just what I remember is you just don't touch anything. You just leave everybody where they are, and you leave your decks, your hand and your decks and everything, distress tokens, all that stuff that you've gotten where it is. So we just go to the turn order, the Dreamer's Phase, and we draw our hands. 1, 2, 3, 4, because we've... How did I end up with a specialist card in here? Just to make sure. Yeah, that one's the wrong way. What card was it? A progress card. So we need to do either 12 total wrath in 2 sets of 6 or 12 total cunning. We've got 4 wrath from our item over there. Do we have a lot of wrath in these decks? I don't know. Now we can also set up some progress cards. Mechanical shotgun, we'd have to set that up for 4. There's nothing really else on this card to do. How can we get, we need to get our 2. Is there anything I want to do? I don't have anything to seal. Discard 1 charge from this card, or flip this card to gain 1 plus a number of yellow progress cards. If this is an assault action, increase its range up to 3. We could assault the Wrath or Wraith. It's a Wraith, not a Wrath. Not the best opening hand for the goals we need to meet for him. Okay, so we've got 6 cunning over here. We've also got 6 wrath, but we'd have to take 2 distress. That probably is not the best plan. Right out of the gate, especially since we've got our 6 cunning. So we're just going to go the cunning route. And this actually lets us do it in range 1. So I think we'll just stay in the light because I don't want to spin my movement. I need my movement. And his mask is giving him an increased hand size of 2. So he's actually going to get to draw 4 more cards, and then he'll have 8 cards in his hand. So I think we're good. I think we're actually just not going to do anything. Yeah, I think we're good. So we'll go on to the Wraith's turn. Special effect. There's no Dreamers in range 1. Basic effect, there's no Dreamers at range 0 and no Dreamers in a dark space. And then he's going to move. He's only going to move 1. Okay. I actually wish he would have moved a little more than that. So that's the end of that turn. So we get basic effect. Oh, and then special effect. Yeah, so then we have to spend a Shining Gem or suffer distress and seal 2 cards. He's at least going to move here. Most likely he'll move here. Okay, so let's go to our step. She only gets to draw 2 cards. Okay, this actually is pretty good. Because she could take a couple steps forward and spend 6 on him. Now, his hand size is increased because of his mask. So he gets to draw 4. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. So he has 6. Right? He has to spend a buttload of cards to do it. What's our loot here? Each Dreamer may seal 1 card to cure 1 distress. Could strategic plan, can move up to 6 spaces to discard the item. Each Dreamer may place 1. So I could use this 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes, because he has a hand size of 8. This is just a lot of cards to use. Because I got to move 2 to get within range, because it says I could do it within range 1. That's going to cost me this card, though. So I'm going to use this item for 2 cunning to go 1, 2. Maybe I don't want to be in the dark. His basic effect, his special effect, we're going to suffer a distress and seal 2 cards. So that just means, do I care about starting next time in the dark? Yeah, we'll do it. We'll just do it. We'll spend the 2 movement to go 1, 2. And then I'm going to spend 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. For 1 step on that. Then we will go to her turn. And she also has to spin a lot of cards to do it. 2 yellow to move 2. And then 6 yellow for the second step. And the Wraith is defeated. The slumber ends. Slumbers are supposed to be quick. The slumber ends immediately. Discard the current slumber tile to the bottom of the slumber deck. Bottom of the slumber deck. All entity tokens and miniatures from that slumber and all tokens and markers related to that slumber's entity are also part of what it's said to remove. Do not discard slumber map tiles, quirk cards, tokens, or markers not associated with the slumber tile. Dreamer's miniatures also remain in the spaces where they are at. They'll start the next slumber exactly in the same spaces. For now, play goes back to the Dream World map. Oh, what was our loot? Each dreamer may, only once, seal one card to cure one distress. Well, we don't have any distress. The map is paused. The slumber map remains paused. Slumber deck contains the Delta phase. If you feel like you have a moment of respite during a slumber, especially in slumbers with friendly entities, try to use that time most effectively, like by placing progress cards. Okay, so we go back to the Dream World map. And we only have one option, which is to go down here, and that's to draw another fate card. Need a lift. Are we supposed to ride this? Place this card on the side of the Dream World map. You may discard it to use a shortcut without suffering its cost. Oh. So there's good stuff in the fate deck. Is there a shortcut that I'm going to want to use? I don't see one right now that I would want to use. Okay, so we go to the next one. Now we do these left to right, and this is the one that there's a key slot, so let's take a key. And I guess we just add it to our storage. Then we do another fate card. Draw and place one Dreamscape slumber tile. If there's a free quirk slot in the Dreamscape, place this card there. Reshuffle the fate deck. Okay, so we draw and place one Dreamscape slumber tile. Is that a map tile? Dreamscape slumber tile. Dreamscape slumber tile. I would think it should say map tile. Dreamscape. Let me look this up online. I'm gonna throw in a cut. I'll be right back. All right, yeah, so it seems like the Dreamscape slumber tile is the map tile. Could have done a little better with the terminology, I think, on there. It also says all stare and those other icon things are inactive. So let's draw a card. Let's draw the tile. And yes, it does have a quirk card slot. And it does have a gem slot on it. So let's take a look at it. So it has that quirk card slot, and then you can see the A2. So you have to line up that A2. That shining gem slot, you can go there, you can place a shining gem in the slot, and then if the current turn suit is a heart, but actually right now it's a spade, ignore distress during the Dreamscape phase. Oh, that's cool. But also, if the heart is the turn suit, that space can also spawn monsters. That's what that means. Right there. I'm pretty sure that's what that means. So let's line it up. The A2 goes like that. And then there is a quirk card slot. So this fate card needs to go there. But while this is out there, that shining gem slot is inactive anyway. Then we also have a reshuffle the fate deck instruction on this fate card. Okay, so we've done the key and the fate card from this space. We still have to do the slumber tile. Oh man. I don't know what is going on. With this thing, I don't know if it's these cards are too dark or what. I'm just gonna test something. Is it the dark cards that it's not liking when it's trying to do the white balance? Yeah, these bright ones it seems to be okay with. You can hear crying. You can hear it closer and closer. If any dreamer has 4 placed progress cards or more, remove the slumber tile from the game and add secret tile 2-38 at the bottom of the slumber deck. Otherwise, this slumber ends. So we do not have 4 or more placed progress cards. That just, the slumber ends means we put that at the bottom of the deck. Okay, we move along. The train station we do nothing at, and then we move to here, which is another slumber map tile card. This one is also dark, so I'm not even going to put it over there. What's so creaky? Something disturbing is coming. If any dreamer has 3 placed progress cards or more, remove the slumber tile and add blah blah blah. Otherwise, the slumber ends. Okay. Then the next space is shopping. We're going to go shopping for some new influence cards. All right, each dreamer may buy influence cards. If you choose to do this, but decide not to buy any of the cards, you can gain a shining gem. So I'm pretty sure shopping is you draw 3. When the game tells you can buy influence cards, draw the 3 top cards from the influence market. You can buy any of them and return the rest to the bottom of the influence deck. To buy the influence cards, you have to pay its cost by spending the required ether. In the upper right-hand corner, when you buy them, add them to your discard pile. So I've got the huge influence market deck here. And I'm not going to shuffle it anymore after this. I'll just cut it once real quick here. And both of these characters are going to go shopping. So I will take 3 for the specialist and 3 for the free spirit. And then after this, these cards will get put back onto the bottom of this deck. I guess until we do the awakening, because in the awakening we were supposed to shuffle that deck anyway. And then this card gets returned to the secrets. I will do that later. So the free spirit, she got another shining card. She's got some of those in her deck already. Got one that costs 3 here. I'll tell you more. For 0 cost on a contact action only, during the current contact action of any dreamer, all awareness are doubled. If the current turn suit is a club, all awareness are tripled instead. Radio steam. Peek at one plus the number of green progress top cards of either the Fate, Flaw, or Turn deck. Place them back in any order, or seal this card and peek at a script or secret card indicated on your space. I kind of like this one. That gives me, just buffs up some of my other cards. And that's going to cost me 3. I'll move those over in a second. So she's going to spend all 3 of her ether now. And this goes into her discard pile. What did the specialist get? Deja Vu. Seal this card to unseal a chosen card. If the current turn suit is a club, unseal 2 chosen cards instead. That costs 2. Compassion. When other dreamers in the dream/slumber suffer distress, you may choose to suffer any amount of that distress instead. If the current turn suit is hearts, ignore that distress. Ooh, I like that. Now or never. If the current turn suit is hearts, gain wrath equal to the number of your distress. If it's spades, gain wrath equal to however many wrath progress cards you have. If it's diamonds, gain 2 shining gems. If it's clubs, gain 5 cunning. Oh man. So this one lets me unseal a card. Because I can buy compassion. That costs 1. Both of these cost 2. I think I want to get some more wrath. I'm not sure how much wrath is in the deck. I'm going to take that one. Even though I like the idea of being able to choose a card to unseal. We're going to go with these 2 into the discard pile for 3 ether. Okay. That was the shopping. Now we move here to the Dream Gate, but we don't have 2 keys yet. We've only got 1. So now we move here. We got to do a Fate card and a Slumber card. So our Fate card is Passage. If each dreamer seals 1 card, relocate the team to the chosen location of this Dream World map tile, or you may reshuffle the Fate deck. I might just do that, because I could relocate to the key area and that would cut out a couple more Fate cards and another Slumber tile, plus the Slumber tile that I'm on right now. I think I will do that. It's sealing a card, or we could reshuffle the Fate deck. We could try to build up a little before we go to the dream. I don't know. I think I'll do it. I'm going to seal a card and seal a card and relocate here to the chosen location of this Dream World map tile. We're on this same map tile, so we're just going to go, we're still in Suburbia, down to here. And I think we just add that to the bottom of the Fate deck as a discard. And now execute that location, is I'm guessing how this goes. So we'll get a key. So now we've got 2 keys. And then we do another Fate card and a Slumber tile. So Fate card. Oh, it's the little shop on the corner. Each dreamer can return 1 of their chosen influence cards from hand or discard to the influence market to gain a number of ether equal to its cost. I don't think I want to do that right now. So I'm just going to discard it. It's that little shop on the corner card again. And now we draw the slumber card. Let me see if it'll behave with the Delta Phase card. It's doing all right. The current dream cycle ends and a new one begins. Now resolve the Delta Phase instead of a slumber. Each dreamer may choose one option: cure all their distress, unseal all their cards, unflip all their progress cards, reshuffle their influence deck, or restore their mask. And when you restore your mask, you switch out masks. And we also get to reset hours. So that's good to know. We don't have any distress to heal. We've only got one card sealed, so I think actually each dreamer is going to choose to reshuffle our influence decks. Okay, it's good to know what happens in this Delta Phase. I like the pufferfish, I guess it's a pufferfish balloon thing going on in this picture. Keep on moving down this endless road, but take a detour sometime to visit dreams shrouded in mists of your desires and memories. I thought I had a card upside down, but it was just that new influence card. Oh, and there's one on top. I don't think we put their hands back into the decks when we reshuffle. They still have a hand of cards. Just shuffling in their discards. All right. Reset the hours, okay, and shuffle the slumber deck with this on the bottom. I really didn't pay attention to what letter was the Wraith, which one was on top last time. So we know we've got two in here that are basically benign at this point because we don't have, you know, any progress cards placed down. I think we're good. Okay, so then we move to the train station, which does nothing. We'll move here, which is to draw slumber. Why so creaky? 3 progress cards or more, blah, blah, blah. Slumber ends, so to the bottom. Then we could go shopping again. I don't know how fast I want to spin my shopping cards without knowing how I get more. Then we go to the Dream Gate. The team can discard the required number of keys to resolve one of their gate of the dream tiles that matches this dream world tile. So we'll spend 2 keys. And we're going to do Suburbia. Not alone in the dark. Each dreamer can cure 2 distress or unseal their top 2 cards. So we don't have any distress, so we will unseal. These go to the discard pile. Take all the I-02 secret cards and tiles. Reveal both setup tiles. Okay, so let's go here. Got the I-02 there. And I-02 over here. Setup. We've got W, 2 X's, a Y, and a Z. Place, reveal both setup tiles. we've got A1 and A2. These are kind of dark, so we'll see. I think we clean this up. We're going to set the slumber stuff aside over there. All right, so this is A1. There's a little hourglass thing. 267, 116, and 563. Don't step on glass. Watch closely. There's more than you think. And something that says closed on the ground. And these are all dark spaces. So that's A1. And then we've got A2. Mark it. Where are the, no, what are those shapes in the dark? Watch out, we don't know what hides in this hole. Well, that doesn't sound like a smart thing to look at. And all of these have little hourglasses with secret book paragraphs on them. And together that says closed market. I wonder what's in this chest. There's like some mannequins, some furniture, a wastebasket. Don't step on the glass. It looks like there's glass up here. Okay, reveal the setup tiles. Place tile Z face down on C1 and don't look at it. Tile Z face down on C1. There's like an outline of a heart. It looks like a neon heart. Reveal card A. 102A. This card is active until the stream ends. And it has a little hourglass. Searching in the dark for 2 cunning or 2 awareness, we can resolve the little hourglass script in our space. Okay. Keep that right there. What did this do again? You will activate this card when you win any dream in Metropolis or Suburbia. Okay. Reveal card E and place it on entity slot. Card E, 102E. This card on the entity slot. This card is active until the stream ends. Something in the dark. So, depending upon what comes up on the turn card, each streamer places 1 purple threat on 1 adjacent space. Each streamer in a space with a threat seals 2 cards. Each streamer in range 1 of any threat suffers 1 distress. Then each streamer in a dark space places 1 threat in their space. Each streamer in a space with threat seals 2 cards. Okay. And that's going to go here on the entity slot. Oops. Prepare all 4 cards B. They represent a pool of items that you can find somewhere in the dark. Okay, we've got a turn deck of 12. So we've got basic effect, morphing, and roll. So basic effect, each streamer places 1 threat on 1 adjacent space. Oh no, basic effect is if you're in a space with a threat, seal 2 cards, and then morphing. Okay, that one's not too bad to start with. Now, introduction is 890. 890. A week has gone by since we passed through the rift. Nights last much longer than days here. The thick fog obscures everything. The city is huge, like an endless maze. Nothing here is ordinary. We stay in bizarre hotels. Nobody asks for payments. That's a plus. The second is that we don't have to sleep at all, so we don't waste time on it. There's probably no hunger here either. On the other hand, there are some issues. Sometimes our legs refuse to obey as if they were made of rubber, or we lose our voice, or our things vanish into thin air. We leave a room, and when we come back, it's different. Additional doors appear. We see new buildings outside the window. People we met sometimes change into something else within a blink of an eye. What's even more strange, they occasionally transform into someone we have always known, but don't remember who exactly they are. It's like a powerful déjà vu. A double-decker taxi stops next to an old closed market with a sign, "Everything, but nothing for free." We're here, so that means we're implementing the find someone who can know what's going on option. This certain someone disappeared a few days ago in this place, when they were purchasing the goods they traded. The taxi driver thanks us and drives away without charge. We wonder why the driver spends days chauffeuring lost souls around. Another loser. That was a few hours ago. Now we are inside and looking around, trying to pick out any detail from the impenetrable darkness. Whenever you run out of the crossed out tokens during this dream and you have to place one, take the crossed out token from the furthest dark space from your dreamer. Okay, that's the intro. Our goal is to find and free the dreammonger. Hint, it would be wise to make notes and draw a map. Special rules. We can use 5 Wrath as an assault action to discard one of the purple threat tokens. And if you run out of turns, we read a special section. So that thing says don't step on the glass. Watch closely, there's more than you think. And I don't think I'm gonna go up here and search because there's glass there and I'm wondering why it would say don't step on the glass. I don't know if we'll have time to like search all of these things because we have to spend either 2 cunning or 2 awareness to read the scripts. There's no space with the purple bad guy spawning thing right now either. Okay, I think we just go into our turns, right? Dreamer's Phase, draw step. She's got 1 card, so she'll draw 4, 2, 3, 4. Decent. And he has got 3, but his hand size is 8, so he's going to get to draw 4 as well. He's got some wrath. So he had 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. And how much does it cost? 5 wrath to discard 1 of those purple tokens? What else did we get? During this, discard this card in Delta Phase and choose 2 of the options instead of 1. Mechanical Shotgun is a progress card. Anything else? No. So I think I'll just start with her and we'll spend maybe 2 awareness to read the first script. Place your personal token until the end of this turn. Treat this token as one of the icons below. I could use that to put light down. No. We'll spend it to read 116. The stench. Damn, there's so much garbage here. Disgusting. If this is a dark space, seal 2 cards. I wonder what the neon sun was supposed to symbolize. Never mind. When our sight adapts to the shadows, we're able to discern some details. If we look closely, we may spot danger before it could harm us. Or maybe we could find a hidden chest unscathed by anyone's greedy hand. So she's in a dark space, so she has to seal 2 cards. Oh, one of our new cards got sealed. We're going to be reading that a lot. Maybe I want him to do the next one. He doesn't have a whole lot of movement. There's one movement. And then he could read a script. Do I want to go 2? We'll have him go 2. And read a script, because I think she's got the right kind of movement cards to get to the next space over. Yeah, that's what we'll do. So he's going to spin this one to move 2. And then I'll have him spin this one to read the script of that space. 107. Am I supposed to mark? I just won't read it again. I don't remember it saying to mark it with a one of those X things, and it doesn't have it written on there. Something lurks in the darkness, such monstrous silhouettes. If this is a dark space, place 1 threat in this space. All right. I have chosen poorly so far. Watch out, we don't know what's in this hole. Yeah, so now if I don't move him, he's going to have to seal 2 more cards. Let's see. If I move her here, and then use that one to look at the script, because I can spin 2 yellow. He could always spin 5 wrath to get rid of that too. So she's going to read 563. We see strange figures lurking in shadows. One of them moves. We see eyes like 2 black holes. We feel its gaze. If this is a dark space, place 1 threat in this space. Do you know the feeling of a weird fear creeping up your spine when the clothes tossed on a chair turn into an apparition in the night? It's more than a simple illusion. Trust me. Darkness is like the edge between 2 worlds. The one you want to be in and the other you avoid at all costs. But only a single ray of light turns everything back to normal. Reveal card F. Okay, so first, we should just probably have all of these threat tokens ready to go. Watch the space with the glass be like the best possible one. And then it said reveal card F. This card is active until the dream ends. Fortunately, they're just mannequins. While this card is active, any threat in a space that is not dark is immediately discarded. Oh, so if we find a way to put light down. Oh, and I discarded that card. Right? That lets me put a token down. Yep. The current suit is diamonds. No. We don't have a major effect right now. But if we stay where we are, we're both going to have to seal 2 cards. Man, I thought that would be a warning. Don't step on the glass. Like, and if you look at the art, there's a bunch of glass up here. So far, none of these scripts have been good. I do not want to start like sealing a bunch of my cards. So I think I'm just going to spend these 2 to have her move here. And then we'll spend another movement to get him moved there. Or, I mean, it's a lot of wrath to get rid of the 1 that I'm on, because we could somewhere. Where did it say it? I swear somewhere it said we could spend 5 wrath. Oh, right here. Assault with 5 wrath to discard 1. We're going to have to, as the morphing effect, place 1 on an adjacent space. At that point, it'd be okay to put it on the one where she is. I wonder if the one you're in counts as an adjacent space. We're not in slumbers anymore, so I might as well use this. Okay, I'm going to spend 1 wrath and the 4 wrath from this item to get rid of the threat token in his space, and then just leave him where he is. And I think we're done. So we go to the Dreamscape phase. Basic effect. Each dreamer in a space with threat seals 2 cards. We're not in space with a threat. Morphing. Each dreamer places 1 on an adjacent space. She'll go back here, and he'll just put it in where she is. And there's no reason to roll, because there's no bad guy. So we've got morphing first, placing 1 in an adjacent space, and then basic effect, where if you're in a space with a threat, you have to seal 2 cards. Okay, back around to the top. She's going to get 4 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so it looks like she can read this one. I don't know about this one with the hole. Doesn't sound good. Place a light token in any space. It's active until the end of the turn. Oh, that's good. We could get rid of a threat with that. Okay. He's got 4, so he gets to draw up to 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. He's got the builder. After reshuffling your influence deck, you can discard the top 3 cards to place a charge on your shotgun or steam bomb. We got hearts out now. So hearts is gain wrath equal to the number of your distress, which is none right now. I don't know if I should watch out. We don't know what hides in this hole. I don't know if I should trust what they've written on here or if they're red herrings or what. We'll have him go first. We'll use Shining to move here. We've already done that one. And then two from this one to read that script. 286. Some of these have to be good, right? $286. We swerve between piles of fetid trash. Don't touch anything. We all pray in our minds. If this is a dark space, resolve all 3 effects. The stench. There's so much rubbish here. Disgusting. Seal 2 cards. Damn it, it's the broken glass again. Spin 2 wrath or suffer 1 distress. So first we seal 2 cards. I'll spin a slap. I don't want to take the distress, so we'll spin the 2 wrath from the slap to avoid the distress. Place 1 threat in this space. Then we notice something else. It seems we found an escalator leading down. The stairs must have moved once, but now they are still. We hear a howling from below. Reveal both tiles X. So we've got an A4 and a B4. Okay. There's A4. It's got some stairs. We can relocate your dreamer to any stair space. Why is there so much shattered glass? Oh, great, so more glass. I'm not going to search the ones with glass. I'm going to go with my initial gut of trying to play off of what it said. Don't step on the glass. And this one looks like there's 1 space with glass on it. Yuck. There we go. Lower floor. There is a purple spawn thing there. And 1 spot with glass. I don't think I'm going to have time to like search all of these things. So I'm just going to avoid searching any of them that have glass. And see what that gets me. What was I reading? 286. Then reveal card C. If you're not playing alone, take card G, but read its content in secret from other players. So I can't tell myself what's on card G. There's card G. And card C. Relocate your dreamer for 3 cunning. So this goes on to the map tiles in a weird orientation. But it's got like a staircase thing. So it's going to cover up most of this spot here. And now we've got that new action we can take. To relocate down to there. And then card G, a special roll card. This is a secret card. Do not show it to other players. Place it face down in front of you. Fear of the dark. From now on, you can't say anything besides yes, no, I'm afraid. This card is active until any other dreamer says light. Only then can you show this card to others and return it to the secrets of this dream. So that's kind of cool if we were playing with multiple characters or multiple actual physical people, which is the weirdest way I probably ever said that in my life. Actual physical people. Okie dokie. So now what? We do not want to end our turn, or we're going to have to seal some cards. We don't want to end our turn on a place that has threat. She has not looked in there yet. So let's spend... She could actually spend this to get rid of a threat token by putting light down, because if a space is not dark, the threat is immediately discarded. We'll spend the 2 awareness off of this card to read 616. We saw this box from afar is as pristine as a freshly unearthed sarcophagus. Let's see its contents. Look at the pool of item cards and gain one of them. Then place a crossed out token on this map action. Something, or what's worse, someone is right next to it. We saw a movement. The ghostly figure is slowly approaching. If this is a dark space, place 1 threat in this space. But there's already 1 there, and it's a max of 1. So we get to look at the pool of items. So 1, 2, 3, 4. A common hammer. Assault action only. Roll the luck die. If you get an X, 1 out of 6 chance of it needing to go back to the item market. It's also 4 wrath. You can either add 2, 4, or 6 wrath to the action. It's good to have a hammer, it says. Ooh, flashlight. Oops. Little light to make the area safer. Once per turn, place 1 light token in your space. It's active until the end of this turn. Roll the luck die. I think we're taking the flashlight, right? The key to everything. Discard this item to gain 1 key, or return this item to the item market to gain 3 keys. Oh, that's cool. That's just like a free key at the beginning of your dreaming. It's an interesting looking key with like a spiral around it. And then we've got a warehouse. Oh, that key does cost 3 awareness to use. The warehouse costs 5. Roll the luck die. Return 1 random item from the storage to the item market. Or with the X, or I mean with the dash, discard the item, or we could restore the item. So you got a 50% chance of getting something back. I don't know if this one's that great. I want the flashlight though. Okay. What was that? 616. Do I get to restore it now, or does it go in my storage? And gain 1 of them. I think it said you had the option of like shuffling your items around when you gain items. Items. Page 15. This isn't really a long rule book, but there's a lot to remember. When you gain a new item, you may place it as an active item. If there are no empty slots, you have to discard one of the active items first. All right, so I gained a new item. I've got some super high-speed penny sleeves here. Well, that's cool. And we have to place that there. Okay. Do I want to do anything else with her? I need 3 to activate the escalator. But I need 2 to move there. What I think I want to do I want to spend this one to move 2 to here. Then I'm going to try to use the flashlight. I'm not sticking my hand down that stupid hole. Place a light token in your space. It's active until the end of the turn. Okay, so we're in a light space, which gets rid of the threat because the space is not dark anymore. And then we have to roll. And it's not an X, so we're good. So now the question is, do I want to move him down or do I want to place the threat up here? 2, 3, 4, 5. He'll be able to draw 3 more cards because of his increased hand size. Or do I go down there and investigate? It's going to cost me 3 to move down to there. I can put threat over there. Because if I don't step on the glass, I'm going to investigate basically 1, 2, 3, 4 more spots down there. I think I'll see what I draw. I think I'm going to end my turn here. So with morphing, we both have to add 1 to an adjacent space. So we'll add here and here. And then we would roll, but there's nothing. And then basic effect, if you're in a space with threat, which we're not, we have to seal cards. Okay, and then end of the turn, the light from the flashlight goes away. And we go to the top of the next turn. She's got 2 cards, so she draws 4. Okay, 2, 3, 4. Good, good, good. She's got a lot of cunning. Man, I really like this Pathfinder card. Helps to move diagonally. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I like his mask too. Having a hand size of 8 is awesome. I forgot to flip this. Okay, good. So we've got basic effect and then adding threat. So we got to spend 3. Ooh, this hurry. Or actually, little helpers, we could discard this to restore an item at a cost of 1 green. So if you ever lose our flashlight, get it back. If I spend 3 to move down, I could spend 1 to move over, and then 2 green. Oh, I need to move 2 to get away from glass. Move another 2, and then read that story. Yeah, that's what we'll do. So I'm gonna spend anything on the bottom of these cards I want to do. Reroll a roll. Hearts is wrath equal to distress. We have no distress. So we'll spend 3 cunning here. Teleport to these stairs. Then these 2 movement to go 1, 2. Not this one, this one. I needed this 2 green on this card. So now I pay this 2 green to do searching in the dark. And that's 2, 5, 2. Look at the pool of item cards and gain 1 of them. Place a red token. See, I think you got to avoid the glass, man. Avoid the glass. If this is a dark space, place 1 here. When we close the box, when we're rummaging through the box, we feel a presence behind our backs. When we close the box, we spot a human shape under the pile of dirty rags. Help me, I beg you, the shape whispers. Pull me out. We inspect the cloth heap. An emaciated and filthy person is trapped underneath. It doesn't look safe. Do you want to release this creature? If you want to risk it, read 591. We've got a bunch of wrath in our hand. So first of all, we got to place a threat before we forget. Let's do it. What number did I say? Oh wait, let's get an item first also. The common hammer, or the key, in case we don't find any more. I think I like this key. I think I like the key. It's not really going to help us right now because we're already in a dream world, but 591, we will be helpful. We reach out to the creature and feel its nasty, freezing touch. Pulling it out takes much effort, but eventually the hideous human crawls out of the heap and limps toward the door. It turns towards us. Thank you. I won't be greedy anymore. Never. Then it dissolves in the darkness. We sit on chairs and take a short break. Add 1 turn. And I think adding a turn means we take the top card of the turn deck and put it down. Turns, add turns, 10 and 15. To add turn cards, at any moment during a slumber or dream, you can spend that. Whenever the game to lose or gain hours, the hour counter is moved. Well, that didn't help. Turn. When the game asks you to block, when the game asks you to add a turn, take the bottom card of the turn discard pile and place it in the bottom of the turn deck. So we place the bottom here. I'm not going to look at it, flip it over. There we go. Okay, we get an extra turn. And we still could possibly get these items if we find them. I mean, this one did say we would find some items. And we didn't even have to fight anything like I thought we were going to. So I'm currently in a spot with a threat. And I'll have to seal 2 cards if I stay there. Or I could try to flashlight it. Well, let's see where we end up with the free spirit. She's got all kinds of cunning in her hand. Oh man, and this costs 4 to get out as a progress card. So that would be 3 if we just do that to advance to there because we know we need to. Then the next non-glass space is down here, which is a movement of 2. Then we can search by 2. Yeah, so we'll place secret door. We don't have any spirit tokens. And he doesn't have any flipped cards. So 1, 2, there's no glass in this space. We'll spin the 2 cunning from here. I don't know how much cunning she's actually gonna have left in her deck. And that's 850. We haven't searched this box yet. It looks interesting. Look at the pool of items and gain 1 of them. Then place a thing token there. If this is a dark space, place 1 threat in this space. While we kneel bent over the box, something moves in the gap of the fractured floor. I could swear that some long twisted hands emerged from the hole. This one there. So now do I want the hammer or the warehouse? I think I want the hammer. And I'm actually going to put the hammer in place of the key because I don't really need the key. Because don't I have to discard keys when I do the awakening? Discard all keys, yeah. So you want to, you're not going to keep it in between, you're not going to keep keys in between dreams. And I want this for the 4 wrath in case I need it. Because I can always use 5 wrath to discard a threat also. And she gets a threat token. So I think she's done. So now the question just is, maybe I'm not too worried about sealing cards at the moment. We're going to have to place 1, so I want to probably place there and place back there. We've got a heart showing. We don't have any distress still. I don't think I want to move because I want to place backwards. So, and I think I'm just gonna have her seal cards, and I think I'm gonna try to flashlight his away. So we'll flashlight in his space, get rid of that, it's a threat token. Place one token in your space, yep. And then we have to roll. Okay, we still keep our flashlight. And I'm good. Yep, I think I'm done. So, end of turn, go through this stuff. Basic effect, she's gonna have to seal 2. 1, 2. And then morphing effect is everybody places 1 adjacent. So we'll go there, and we'll go there. Discard this turn card. Okay, so now we have morphing where we have to place, and we have special effect. So we're going to suffer a distress, but then if we're in a dark space, we have to place a threat in our space also. And flashlight light goes away. So we're going to be suffering distress no matter what, I think, because we're going to have to place 1 first adjacent to us, so we're going to be within 1 range of 1. It's just, do we care about the dark space that we'll place an extra 1. Okay, so top of the next round, we're drawing. She's got 2, so she's drawing up to 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. Place 1 spirit token in your dreamer board. Okay, we got hesitation and effort, and then we still got inner light. I'm holding on to this for the placement of light tokens. I guess if we put a light token down, let's think about that here in a second. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pocket ladder. Out of the shadows when you would suffer. So I could try not to suffer it. And we've got a spade, which is gain, and I don't have any red progress cards. So let's think about this for a second. If we put light down, while this card is active, any threat in a space that is not dark is immediately discarded. So I'm wondering if we put threat down, or if we put light down in a spot that would be adjacent, and then that's the adjacent space where each dreamer chooses to put their threat for the morphing, but the light makes it go away. This shouldn't be out here. So something like this. Let's see, if he goes 1, 2, searches for 2 and then moves 1, or he could search with this one instead, then moves 1, yeah. Okay, I think I've got the turn planned out, but the first part of this plan is using the flashlight in this space here. So I'm going to put the flashlight down here to get rid of this threat token. Roll the die. Okay, keep our flashlight. Now let's do his turn first. So 2 cunning, so 2 yellow on one with shadows. This got 2 yellow to move 2 spaces. We're moving past the space with glass to a space with no glass. Then I'm going to use 2 awareness from pocket ladder, I think. Yeah, I've got 3, so many possibilities back here. We'll use 2 awareness from pocket ladder to search here. So 492. Ah, the box. I think I know what I can find inside. Look at the pool of item cards and gain one of them. Place that here. If this is a dark space, place 1 threat. Shoot. I didn't think about that. Ah, shoot. So that's going to take more movement from her. So that's pretty much the same. We put this here. We're getting the last item. Ah, see, you got to follow the clues. It said, don't step on the glass. I didn't search any of the squares that had glass in it, and I found there were 4 of these item cards. I don't know what clues I could have gotten in the other places, but I did actually have to search these other ones, I think, to get like this mannequin card, and the warehouse can just go into there. Oh, he could spin Wrath to get rid of the threat token. That's right. Okay, so the threat token goes down there. And I want to move him. So do I just do this to spin Wrath? Or I'm going to spin the 4 intent on this item card and 1 Wrath intent on this card to assault the threat on my space. Then I'm going to spend this card to move here. Now her turn. I think I'll spend this hesitation just to move down here. Now the question is, I think I still got a bunch of turns. I don't really know how long this dream is. Yeah, I think I'm just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She's not going to draw any new cards, which I think is fine. I think I'm actually good because I can execute this plan pretty well here, I think. Don't really want to move anywhere else. So morphing, each dreamer places 1 on an adjacent space. I place it here, but according to this card, any threat in a space that is not dark is immediately discarded. So immediately, to me, means it just goes away. And then the other dreamer places 1 in the same spot. It immediately is discarded. It just goes away. Now we go to the end of the turn. Or wait, no, special effect first. Each dreamer in range 1 from a threat. We're not within range 1 of a threat because we got rid of them. Oh, but we're in a dark space. That's okay. It's not really going to do much to us. We just put a threat in our own space. That's fine. We avoided the distress, though, by not being within range 1. And then that's the end of the turn. So at the end of the turn, the light goes back from the flashlight. And we just have the special effect now. And which maybe we can get out of dodge if we go back to our turn. Okay, so she's got 6 cards already. He's got 4, 5, 6, 7. So he needs to shuffle. So he takes a distress from shuffling. I can't even remember what his other mask does at this point. I think it has something to do with oh, it gives him 2 additional progress slots. And building up progress stuff, it may become more common later when spending more time in slumbers, but I actually only went through 1 slumber because I got that fake card that let me kind of cut in the map over here. All right, 1 more card. He's got an inner light card now. Did I spend that earlier without? Oh no, I probably just drew it. It was one of the 3. When you place a progress card, you may spend 1 shining gem or flip the assistant instead of paying the card's placing normal cost. Oh man, that seems like a good progress card to get out to build up his progress stuff. But let's have, so it's our turn. We've drawn our cards. We'll have him, I think. Do we have a 2? Yeah, we'll spend that one for 2. Awareness to read 772. The room ends here. A torso emerges from the darkness, reaching for us with its gnarled arms. If this is a dark space, place 1. Threaten this space. There already is one here. There is a door here! Exclamation point. Reveal card D and tile Y. Note that tile Y is placed on the Dreamscape board in an unusual way. Look carefully at the grid. Okay, so we need tile Y and card D, and that's all that it says, because we've already got threat there. Reveal card D? What? 772. Do we already have card D? I don't see a card D. Reveal card D and tile Y. Oh, it's just out of order. It was out of order. Card D goes on C4. And it adds for 4 awareness. After hours of aimless wandering, we could relocate your dreamer to the C3 purple space. And then tile Y. So that C3 purple space is this one up in the corner. So this is like a maze. For 1 Cunning, we can relocate your dreamer to the purple space on the B4 tile. Red hatch costs 1 wrath to go in. There's a yellow door to go through. What do these colors mean? We've got a blue door, green pipe, and a wooden door. These are not dark spaces. Which seems good. So we need 4 cunning to go through. That means I got to use his inner light or a bunch of cards, and she'd have to use her inner light or a bunch of cards. We're not moving towards darkness anymore, so... And we still have our flashlight. So I think I will move the specialist here, and then I will spin for awareness. To relocate here. And then for her, I guess I'll also spend a hesitation for 1 yellow to move there. And then spin 4 to move here. And it only costs 1 cunning to move back to that spot if we want to go back. And then I think we end our turn. So special effect, each dreamer in range 1, no. Each dreamer in a dark space, we're not in dark spaces on this tile. So no. Okay, now we just have to decide where we're going to go. And I'm wondering if, like, what's the clue that's here? What do these colors mean? There's a question mark on the door. There's green, red, and yellow. And then the only thing I know that's blue is the shining gems. What are we trying to do? We're trying to find and free the dream monger, okay? I'm wondering if you need to have like a bunch of that color if you go through. Okay, so let's draw our cards. She's got 2. That's 1. She needs to draw 3 more. She takes a distress. Check the window. The window's doesn't have any colors on it. It says labyrinth of doors and corridors. Wooden door. I don't think I remember anything from any clues from before. This is kind of interesting. The there hasn't even been like an enemy miniature or anything for this one. It's just been running away from these tokens, you know, trying to stay away from the, what could that possibly be that's chasing us? And she needs to draw 3 more cards. So she has quite a bit of green and yellow in her hand, actually, and the same amount of wrath. And he needs 4 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4. He's got a bunch of wrath. Let's go with him first and go into the red door. He's got 5 wrath. Do we if he goes in the wrath door, she's got 2, 4, 5, 6. She would have 5, 4. She would only have 4 yellow. She could move 2 and then have 4 green. She moves 1. She'd only have 4 yellow. 4 yellow or 4 green. Let's do this. We could discard a card to move, but that's like the same as, that would save us a yellow, I guess. Then we're losing 2 wrath and a green. So then she has 5 green, 5 yellow. Let's try him first and see if that's right. Like, is there going to be some kind of test where we need a lot of that color? So if we spend 1 yellow from this effort, he could take a distress to get 3 more from that one, though. That's the one we're going to spend to open the door, or to go in the red hatch. I hate to overpay and go too far. It's fine. It's fine. It's all fine. We're good. We're fine. How are you? Move 1 there. And then we'll pay 1 wrath to go in the red hatch. 460. We open the red trap door. There's some kind of room below. It looks like a warehouse. We spot a figure sitting in a corner, and we know that we reached our destination. We jump down. Reveal tile Z and place your dreamer in the purple space on tile C1. Okay. Secret storage. Intriguing boxes. We can do 6. Oh, look at that. Or for 1 key, we could search them. We either assault it for 6, steal strongbox for 1 key, we could open it, or for 1 we could relocate our dreamer to the purple space on tile C3. So either 6 awareness or 6 wrath. It looks interesting, and there's a red heart on this other one. Intriguing boxes, secret strong box. And do I just ignore the rest of those doors and go down here? What are we reading? 460. Reveal card L and spawn the Masked Man token in the only space without any action on the C1 tile. It's a Dreammonger chained to a wall. Place 1 red X token next to him. Masked Man. Here is our Masked Man. Card L. H-I-J-K-L. Dreammonger. Okay, so he goes here where there's no action. Dreammonger's here. Someone chained him to a steel closet. Try to free him. 3 wrath or discard 1 key. You free the Dreammonger. Discard that from the Dreammonger. From now on, Dreammonger may move or relocate for free with any dreamer if they are in the same space. When the Dreammonger is in the exit space on the A1 tile, read 200. Oh. We have to get him back. Okay. How does he move? Wait. From now on, Dreammonger may move / relocate for free with any dreamer if they are in the same space. I just read it and asked myself, how does he move? So, how much awareness? 2, 3, 4, 5. It's 3 wrath to free him. Okay. Two, 3, 4, 5. All right. This is what we're doing. What does he got here? Discard this item to restore 1 item. We're going to spend this hesitation card to move here. Then I'm going to spend 1 awareness to use this little item, this little helper's item card. Reroll any die or discard this item to restore 1 item. So I will, and it costs 1 green to use it. So I will discard it to restore the key to everything. Then, oh, I didn't realize that costs 3 to use. Is that what I want to do? No, I will restore the common hammer. Then I'm going to search the intriguing boxes using the 4 wrath from the common hammer and 2 wrath from, oops, 2 wrath from slap. And then we have to mark this 645. What we found in the boxes is hard to describe in words, but we will not forget it for a long time. Each dreamer gains an ether. Whenever you run out of those tokens, take one. So all it was just an ether. Not all, but I mean, we got an ether. Now, do I even go through the other doors, or do I just bring the free spirit down? Spin so many possibilities for the one, and then so many possibilities for the one yellow, and then another so many possibilities for the one red to go in the red hatch. Spin one to move here. Spin a red one to go through the red hatch, which puts me here. Then I think I'm going to do this a very similar thing. I'm going to have to overpay though to move. I've got 2 movement here. I haven't ever rolled the luck die to try to add to my intent checks. So I'll move here. Then I'm going to seal this hurry hurry card. No, that's not a good idea. Because I do not want to discard the flashlight. Shoot. I want to know what's in that steel strong box. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get back up to 6 and 6 though. 3, reroll. If I hold on the World Shaper, that can become light because we have to escape. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to be taking some damage and stuff, I think, on the way out because of all the threat that's still out there. Yeah, so I'm going to take that card back. Or no, maybe I'll just get her ready, go 1, 2, because she's got 3 Wrath in her hand. She can release the Dreammonger. And we'll see what he draws. Yeah, let's see what he draws. Okay, so turnover, basic effect, we're not in any threat. And we're not in darkness. We're not 1 away from any threat, so turnover. There were a lot of other doors to go through here. I wonder if they all just kind of led you here with different stuff along the way. Who knows? That's what's good about these games, is there's multiple things, multiple ways to go. All right, so she's going to get only 3 cards because her hand size is 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She could attempt it with luck die roll if I wanted to change my mind. He gets to draw 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. He can get it done, so we'll just start with him. We'll play this card with 2 yellow on it to go 1, 2. So that card is played. We've got 2, 4, 5, 6 awareness, so 6 green cards, 6 points of green to open the steel strong box. And we have to choose the one that's farthest away to mark it off. We will open it 506. Incredible. What a shame we can't take the strong box with us, but it was still worth opening it. Each streamer gains another ether. Ether, ether. All right, so now he still just got that one hurry card. So I think what we'll do, we'll spin the 3 wrath here to break him free, so we take away the little closed icon or whatever you want to call it. Yeah, those can stay over there. And then we might as well just get moving. So I'm going to play Flashback for its thing at the bottom here. It's a 0-cost action. I can place a spirit token on my Dreamer board. So I'll get a spirit token on my Dreamer board. Then I'm going to spend these 2 yellow here to go 1, 2, and the Masked Man moves with me. Then I'm going to discard. I'm going to use the special action, discard the card. Actually, I'm not going to do that yet. There's no reason to do that now. I just have the spirit token available if I need that extra point of movement at some point in the future. So much talking and reading. I think that's it for our turn. Special effect, nothing. Basic effect, each dreamer in a space seals, but we're not in one of those spaces. So next card, next turn. So basic effect and then special effect. So threat is a thing next turn. But we're still pretty clean on our distress and sealed cards. I think we've got plenty of cards in our deck, so I think we'll be okay. All right, so she's going to get 4 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4. I hope we haven't exhausted our movement. It's not good, or it's not great anyway. We did get Inner Light back, though, so that helps. And then he's going to get 4 cards also. There's some movement. There's some movement. That's 3 and 4. All right, so this is just it's gonna end up being inefficient because we have to spend 1. Yeah. So I'll spend this hurry to move there. wonder if I should investigate any more of these doors or windows. Why not? Let's have some fun. So we'll spend 1. Oh wait, they're not going to be in the same space as me. We'll spend 1 to relocate to the purple space on the C3 tile. I wanted to spend 1 to go through the yellow door. I could go through the wooden door. I'm way overspending, but I'm super curious about what else is out here. I just have her run the guy. Let's see how far she can get before I start doing dumb stuff. So we'll spend 1 yellow to relocate to here. I guess the guy could have gone with the specialist also. And then we got to spend another yellow, overspend a yellow. Or no, we could do it this way. We'll discard a card to get a yellow from our spirit token. That transports us to the purple space on the B4 tile. Then we could spend yeah, this actually works out. We'll spend 2 here to go 1, 2. And then let's see where he ends up before we decide what to do with our flashlight, because she has an inner light card that she can use to get rid of that threat that's in her space. Okay. We just have to get the Dreammonger to the exit space on the A1 tile. It doesn't say all the characters have to be there. So we're going to do some, hopefully not dumb, but fun stuff. So let's go 2, overspin to move to here. And then, do I have a way to spend just 1 yellow? I don't think so. I could roll the luck die. I'll just overspend 1 yellow plus 1 red to go through the wooden door. 482. A wooden door bristle with nasty splinters. It doesn't look welcoming at all, that's for sure. Suffer 1 distress and roll the luck die. Oh man, we could... Oh man, this would have been a super quick way to get him out. Oh man. Well, it's a good thing we didn't go here earlier, because this would have sucked, actually. We have to roll the luck die. What are we reading? 482. The 1 pip, 482. Relocate to the stairs space on the A4 tile. So he will be, oh well, it's fine. There was a chance if we would have rolled the line, either of the 2 lines or the X, it would have teleported us here. So that would have been potentially a quick way to get the Monger dude out. He doesn't have any cards left, so we're going to go back to the Free Spirit's turn. She's going to try to use the flashlight. Not try, she is going to use the flashlight, which puts light down here, gets rid of the threat. Then we have to roll. It's a line, okay, so we keep the flashlight. And She's got all kinds of ways to put light down. She's got World Shaper. She's got Inner Light. All right, that's the end of our turn. So we go to basic effect. Each dreamer in a space with threat seals 2 cards, or not. Each dreamer in range 1 from threat suffers a distress. He's 1 away from that one. And then someone in darkness has to place a threat in their own space. She's in light, but now the turn's over. I go to the next turn. 2 basic effects, so we just don't want to end up in spaces with threat in them. Okay, she gets to draw 3 cards. We need some movement, okay? Okay. Okay. Good. And he draws 2. Has to take a distress. Or we could seal 3 cards. Nah, that's okay. Take the distress. One, 2. All right. We'll just have him go first. It's going to cost 3 yellow, so we've got a hurry and a hesitation. Actually, let's just seal the hesitation to gain 3 yellow. To relocate to there. And then we can, or let's wait and see for a second. He could probably take the monger with him. If she spends, yeah, I think we're good. We're done. So here's 2 yellow. We're overspending to move onto this space, bringing the Dreammonger with us. Then she'll spend 3 yellow to take the escalator to the same space as the specialist. That was actually, no, the specialist was already in that space, yeah. I could have done this better. I could have just brought the monger up to the specialist and then moved with just the specialist. And now the specialist is going to spend 4 yellow from these 2 cards to move with the monger. 1, 2, 3, and now he's on the exit space. So when the monger is on exit space on the A1 tile, read 200. We made it. We achieved the goal. The Dreammonger was thankful to us. He hosted us for several days in his apartment on the 107th floor of the Electric Tower. Grateful for the rescue. Thanks to him, we got to know places that are worth visiting and, even when not hungry, taste the unique cuisine. Everything, of course, at his expense. He also taught us how to drive a coal-operated flying barrel. Okay. At least it looked like that at first glance. The scratch on the fender will be a souvenir of us. But all of this was insignificant. The only important thing was that the Dreammonger appeared to be someone who knows what's going on. When he looked at the window, he spoke to our reflections. You're not from here. You probably already know that. You're also not the first ones who came from beyond. There were 4 of them, people like you. It was so long ago. My mind can't dig so deep in my vast memory. They were looking for something, and they failed miserably. There was something about this in newspapers. These articles should still be in the great library. They achieved one thing, though. They uncovered their memories during their struggles. How? The Dreammonger sighed. Until you learn to see more, your chances are miserable. But did you hear about the basements in Pandemonium? Victory. Each dreamer gains 1 ether. Each dreamer cures 2 distress or unseals 2 cards. So gain an ether. I don't know what the point of healing distress and unsealing cards is if when we do the awakening it just all goes away. He's gonna Cure 2 Distress. And I think she will unseal 2 cards. Add tile 2-37 E Dreammonger to the Slumber deck. 2-37 E, the Dreammonger, to the Slumber deck. Okay, we'll add that later. Gain tile W, the Pandemonium Dream World map tile. That would be in this same current dream, tile W. So B3, it's going to add down here. More places for us to go. There's a dream gate here. Oops, there's a dream gate here. If we take a shortcut, each dreamer is going to gain a flaw. But there's another place to get keys. But there's also a prison. Each dreamer gains a flaw. You're going to gain a flaw either way, unless you have some other way to bypass or to use shortcuts without paying the cost, which for some reason, oh yeah, we have this need a lift, right? You may discard it to use a shortcut without suffering its cost. So that's going to go there. Gain tile 2-39M. Basements are calling. It's another Dreamgate tile. 239. Basements are calling, so we will add that to our possible dream gates. And you have to cooperate. Help each other in order to survive. I will be honest, this world does not like you yet, and it senses you perfectly. Gain card K. It's a wisdom card. Help. If there is more than one dreamer playing, they may help each other. Whenever a dreamer performs an action and spends at least one intent, one other dreamer, only one, in any range, may support this action by discarding one influence card with the same intent color and adding one intent, only one, to the support action. Oh. So the thing I thought was in the rule book is actually now possible on a wisdom card. He was talking and talking, but our memories were distracting us. Memories of a strange shadow which crept and followed us when we left the market. Add tile 2-32F, the Nightmare Janitor, to the Slumber deck. (2-32), what did I say? F. This must be a typo because I don't see a 2-32F. I'll have to look that up. Add card J, shrinking items to the flaws deck. Card J. Add all item cards of this dream that you did not gain to the item market. Restore 3 shopping cards. Change the season to ordinary days. Discard the current dreamscape. Remove from the game all cards and tiles of this dream except for those already gained by dreamers, as well as the Dreamgate tile. Reveal 2 starting slumber tiles and place dreamers on there, and you're back to the dream world map. All right, so we've got to add this to the flaw deck. And I'll look up where that Nightmare Janitor card is. So that's basically one playthrough session is how I'm going to try to do the episodes, I think. We'll do the dream world map, and then we'll do the dream, unless it gets too long. We're at 2:30, which is stretching it. I have to cut some out from when I was looking up rules, but it'll probably be about 2.5 hours. So we'll see if this ends up taking about an hour. Maybe I'll cut an episode at the Dreamscape World part, and then we'll do the overworld Dream World map, and then we'll do the dream in the next episode. We'll see how it goes. But there you have it. I hope you're enjoying Etherfields. So far, it's been pretty interesting and fun for me. A lot of puzzly stuff to figure out with the different threat that came out this time. And we got to see our masked man Dreammonger here. Okay, hope you're enjoying this, all the other series on the channel, and I'll see you in the next one.